Aries, and welcome back to Bon Echo Tarot. I've been away for a bit, but I'm sure that you've been feeling all sorts of crazy stuff over this last little while. With Mars in your sign, it's kind of making it tough for everybody, but especially for you. So that's what this video is about. But I'm happy to be back and bringing more videos and all sorts of cool stuff. So I've kind of written a little blurb, which is included in the description below, for each sign this time in terms of the astrology. So the energies for you in October and for this particular moon cycle. We started off with a full moon in your sign. We now have a new moon in Libra that just happened yesterday, I believe, or is it today? I'm all messed up with time. I am so messed up with time. I think it was yesterday. And then we've got a blue moon this October on the 31st, and that one will be in Taurus. So we've kind of gone, you know, Aries is going to be stretched between personal identity, who they are in relationships, and how they need to ground themselves better in ways that maybe they didn't see before. So let me read this out before I babble on too much. So Aries, just like the rest of us, you may find yourself your own worst enemy with typical Aries themes like competition that may say more about your carnal urges than any true expression of who you really are. Self-sabotage is a big theme for all signs, and you are the pioneering soul that shows the rest of us how to wear Mars with grace. This whole month will test you, so stick close to your renowned qualities of integrity as you stay present and in the flow of how awesome you are without allowing your fire to cause any permanent damage to anyone in your orbit. So Aries, really the only time when that does become an issue is when your inner critic has been given too much airtime. So enough with that. Every sign, and in the collective as well, you know, we're running these themes of self-sabotage and really bad internal dialogue, you know, where we're not being as kind to ourselves as we could be. And so, you know, all the signs, you know, and Mars is squaring pretty much everything, you know. I mean, I could go into more detail, but to be quite honest with you, just to keep my stick on the ice these days has been, you know, a significant challenge. But all I can tell you is that, you know, the kinds of energies that the planet is going through right now are not like anything we've ever experienced before. And I think we see it in the faces, in the reactions, the faces of the people around us, whether it's, you know, trying to grab something and something, you know, a little fight breaks out somewhere. So these energies are not anything to take lightly. So Aries, for this new moon, what can you expect? Theoretically, we're going to see some stuff in the realm of partnership for you, because Libra is your house of partnership, your 7th house of partnership, and vice versa, by the way, because that's how that opposite side of the zodiac thing works. So we're looking for 3 cards for the new moon for Aries. 3 cards for the new moon for Aries. There's 1. And there's 2. And there we go. 3. And so the surrounding energies for Aries for this new moon. We've got the Ace of Cups. So, you know, the Ace of Cups can definitely signify a new journey in love for you. You know, you could be mastering loving yourself. You know, it's a single cup. This isn't 2 of cups, but this That's where you have to start. You have to start in a place where you truly, truly love yourself. So, first card, Aries, is keeping your cards close to your chest. You could also be keeping an eye on your money right now, as many of us are. But be careful not to let, the material aspect of your situation cause you to cling to things that unnecessarily. Attachment is definitely the way to go, but is it codependent? Is it out of fear? Are you holding on to something out of fear? Could you also be, planning? You could actually be hoarding your money to be prepared for your next stage. You could be planning a big move. But that financial security is really the thing that's going to help carry you into the next chapter of your life. So here we go. We've got the Hierophant. So the collective got this card as being the background information. So as I said in that recording, that the Hierophant points to a lot of different things. So it can point to commitment, marriage, that sort of thing. But it can also point to dogma, tradition, in the shadow side, rigid rules and regulations that need to be followed. But it can also, on the light side of things, be a deeper commitment to that spiritual side of you that's calling out for a deeper conversation with the divine. You could be deepening your commitment within a marriage. There could be some renewing of vows, in terms of a new, fresh stage in your relationship. And the outcome is the Two of Pentacles. So this also came up in the collective reading. And, right now, regardless of what other, where the moon is, while the moon cycles definitely guide me all the time. Please don't get me wrong when I say that. But Mars really is, the leader of this parade. And so it's kind of like you have all of these ideas as to how you want to move forward, but you're separating from the pack in order to figure that out. And, you've had to turn your back on a few things because they were distracting you from the kind of focus that you want to put to your future. The time is now for you to make preparation. And way up, you also could be feeling some sort of inner conflict around your spirituality and material things. That maybe, you did seek security in the material, and now as you're reevaluating things from a much more spiritual perspective, you may actually be looking at how you can reduce the amount of material things in your life and maybe move away. Forgive me to make a reference to the Matrix, but it's like you want out. And you're kind of figuring out a new game plan. So, Aries, I hope you found that helpful. And remember that for you, it's very much about self-love and about turning down the volume to zero on any negative self-talk that you may find yourself in, especially over the next little while. You need to realize that God has given you a pass. You don't need to talk to yourself on the inside like that anymore. So, you know, especially now, you're being called to really hear what Spirit is trying to say. All right? So have a great October, and we'll see you really soon.